to my channel. As you can see, I've got a full face of makeup on, so that means I've filmed a tutorial. So if you want to see how I created this autumn fall inspired look, yes, this is my second look, then keep on watching and don't forget to like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. See you in my next video, guys. Bye! Hi guys, so as you can see, I've done one eye, which is this one. So I'm going to show you how I do the same thing on this eye over here. So first thing you're going to need is a transition colour, and I'm using Texture by MAC, which is this shade. So anything kind of close to your skin tone, that will work. I'm just using this 217 dupe brush from eBay, and I'm just going to place that in this area of my eye. Don't be scared to pack it on. I do have a bit of concealer here, so that's a base for this shade. Just going to blend that in, and this is just going to be a transition colour. After doing that, we need a base for our eyeshadow. I was going to use my Maybelline Colour Tattoo, but I feel like the black gel liner gives it a better base. So I'm just taking a regular flat shader brush, I guess, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelids. Then I'm going to go back in with this brush. I'm going to blend out that gel liner so it doesn't have a harsh edge. Blending does take time, so don't expect it to be done in like 2 seconds. Just gonna blend and blend until it's nice and smooth. So put our base down now, and we've blended it out. Probably gonna blend that a little bit more. Now I'm going to go in with an orange eyeshadow, and this is actually a blusher from my Sleek Blush by 3 palette, which looks like this, and I'm going to use a ZOEVA 227 brush, and this is the Luxe Soft Definer brush. I'm just going to place that all up in here. Because I'm using a green colour, I really want my transition colour to be quite bright and warm, which is why I'm using this orange eyeshadow or blusher. Take that from the outer corner to the inner corner. And I'm just going to go back in with that brush I used before, add a little bit of texture on that, and then blend that just above. And then to add on top of that orange, I'm using MAC Amber and Rose, and then I'm using that same ZOEVA brush again. Just going to apply that where I put the orange before. I really like using this blusher as a transition colour. And then go back in with the first brush and blend. Excuse this light patch, you guys know I'm going to blend that out. I just like to use a really light concealer, but I guess because I know how to blend it in after. If you don't know how to blend it in, then I would advise not to go as light as I have. Next, I'm going to take this olive green colour in my Sleek original palette, and it's this shade here. So I'm just going to dip my brush in that, and then I'm going to spray my brush with some Fix Plus. Oh, it went all over the lens. And then I'm going to apply that on my eyelid. And obviously we took that base up a bit higher, so I'm going to take up the shadow a little bit higher as well. Taking that all the way in, but I'm not going as heavy in the inner corner because I'm going to use another eyeshadow later on to brighten that up. And then I'm not taking it all the way in the outer corner because I'm going to put a darker shade there afterwards. As you can see, that's really, really pretty. And I only dipped my brush in there like 2 times and sprayed it once, so you guys can see that it has really good colour payoff. And then taking that brush that we used before to apply the orange shade, I'm going to blend just above where the eyeshadow stops. Next, I'm taking a ZOEVA Luxe Petite Crease brush, which is 231, and it looks like this. It's really good for getting the outer corner, inner corner, and just above the crease. And I'm taking the shade Fudge. Like, I really love this palette, I use it so much. Taking the shade Fudge from my Anastasia palette, and I'm going to apply that in my outer crease, which is here. I like doing this sometimes before I apply black, just to help it blend out better. And we're going to take that into our crease, and also in the inner corner, because I want there to be a bit darker as well. And then once again, we're going to blend. I'm telling you guys, blending is key to having flawless eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go in, oops, with a bit of black from my ABH palette, and this shade is called Noir, but any black eyeshadow will do. I'm just going to go in very lightly with that. Take your time, because you know with black it's hard to get it off. And I'm going to put that in my outer V and blend that up into the inner corner as well. If there's more, you can just go back in, and once again go back in with that brush and blend. You don't have to add any product on it because there's already some on the brush. I'm going to blend. And I'm just going to make sure that both sides are equal. The inner corner for this eye looks a bit darker, so I'm going to darken up this one. I'm going to use Fudge first, and then a bit of Noir. And if you feel like you're losing some colour on your lid, you can always go back in and apply that olive green shadow again. And then take your petite crease brush, blend that out, blend it all in together. And that's the eyeshadow done. And now it's time for eyeliner. I do try to do this on camera, but sometimes it's just too difficult. Like, I like to be all up in my mirror. So I will try and do this for you guys, so you guys can see how I do my liner. And I'm going to start from, as you can see in this eye, I started from my outer corner. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm just using this angled brush. And I'm using that Ruby Kisses gel liner. And I'm just going to start off by creating my wing. Really short strokes, and then I'm going to pull it back. Then I'm going to pull it back and connect it to my eyelid. And today I'm not taking my eyeliner all the way into my inner corner. I'm going to stop it about 2/3 of the way. I don't know why, I just decided not to take it all the way in today. That wasn't too bad. So you can sharpen up the edge if you need to. And that's my eyeliner done. And now that I've done my liner, if I need to darken up my crease, I can. So I'm going back in with some black, and I'm just going to add that in the outer corner, just to make it a bit darker. You can see I'm dragging that into my crease a bit, into the inner corner. And then I'm going to take that ZOEVA brush and blend. That's eyeliner done. And then for lashes, I'm using Koko lashes Goddess, which look like this. These are like my favourite eyelashes. They are very similar to House Lashes Iconic. So I'm going to add some glue to that and then let it get a bit tacky and then apply them. And I will try to show you guys how I do that as well now. Before I do that, I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara, and this is MAC False Lashes Extreme Black, and this is just a sample that I got when I made an order. So I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara just to help my real lashes blend with the fake ones. What do you guys think about me speaking in the video? Like, I usually do voiceovers, but I thought I'd try something different today. If you guys prefer videos like this, then let me know so I can keep on doing them. And then I'm going to apply my lashes. So guys, I need to like have my mirror up because I can't see. So I'm going to start from the outer corner. Place that on this. And if the glue's tacky, it will stick straight away. And then I'm going to do the middle, and then the inner corner. And just a tip for some of you guys that wear lashes, if your lashes feel like they're poking in the front, it's because they're too long for your eyes. So what you have to do is that you trim them from the outer corner, because most lashes are long out here. So if you trim it from the inner corner, it will be long and long out there, which is weird. So you need to trim it from the outer corner so it goes from short to long. So I'm just going to make sure these are on properly, which they are. And then I'm just going to use this little lash applicator clamper thingy, and I'm going to clamp my lashes, make sure they are blending with my real lashes. I know this does not hurt. So lashes are done. I don't know if I'm going to put some black eyeliner on. Should I? No. Let's see how it looks without it. If I need, I'll put it on later. Now we're going to move on to my face. So let me zoom out and I'll be back. I'm really tempted to use my Lancome foundation, but I'm going to try something different. I'm going to use my black Opal foundation stick in Beautiful Bronze, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. So I feel like this is quite orange for me. Like, I tried to match my neck or my chest, which is really light, if you guys can see. So I tried to get like close enough, but not all the way there, so I don't look like a ghost. And then I'm going to apply it on my forehead as well. And because it's quite orange, I'm going to try and mix it with my black Opal foundation in Nutmeg and use a little bit of that just to lighten it up a little bit. So I'm just going to dot that around my face. So yeah, I'm mixing a liquid and a cream. Let's see how this works out. If you do have a foundation that is too dark, don't throw it away. What you can do is, by the time you highlight and contour, your face will look lighter. So don't get rid of that foundation just yet, because it will come into use. Okay, make sure we get all around our brows to blend out that concealer from before. So I just pinch my brush, go in between as well, take it all the way into the hairline, because we don't want that to look divided. I want to go quite light with my highlight today, so I'm going to use LA Girl Cool Tan, and then I'm going to apply that all underneath my eyes, taking it down the side of my nose a little bit. Gosh, I look crazy. And I'm going to blend that out. We want to get right up in the corner of our eyes and blend and blend and blend. I used to bring my concealer like all the way up, like a really sharp line, but recently I've just stopped doing that. No particular reason, but yeah. I know you guys probably thinking this is not blended, but by the time I'm finished, you'll see that it is. So we're doing the other eyeliner. And to blend that, to make sure it's all seamless, we're going to go over with our foundation brush, and because there's some product left on this, it will help blend out all that concealer and I won't look as crazy. So especially around the edges where the product stops, make sure you get all there. And sometimes I like to pat on top of that concealer to help it blend. I don't know why, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like my highlight is just not light enough, so recently I've tried to go lighter. I was going to use my Kevin Aucoin Skin Enhancer, but yeah, that thing is expensive, so I can't just be using it anyhow. And then obviously I need to highlight the bridge of my nose, so I'm going to use that concealer again. And I like to do like a upside down triangle. And then a really tiny strip, forehead, chin, out of my lip, underneath my jaw, but I'm not pressing the product, so it's literally just what's left on the brush. And that's it. Then I'm going to take that sponge again and blend it all out. Again, go over with that foundation brush just to blend everything out. Like, girls, stop using concealer underneath here, not blending it out. It does not look cute. Like, I know that sounds really harsh, but it needs to be said so people can stop doing it, because that is not nice. Like, it really is not nice. So I've blended it all out now. So now I'm going to use my Sacha Buttercup powder, which is my favourite, and I'm going to set all the areas that I highlighted. And I'm using my Real Techniques setting brush. I just take some product from the thing and then put it in the lid. And we're going to start here and I love doing this to get a really nice defined contour. Up my lip, chin, down the bridge of my nose, pack on the powder, forehead. I should have done my eyes first. I don't know why I did this so backwards, but yeah, we're just gonna ignore that. And then underneath our eyes, and I like to look up so I can get right in there. Yeah, I think I'm happy that I didn't put liner on because I like how it looks nice and clean underneath. And other eye. So you guys probably thinking this is so much powder, but yeah, that's how I get my face to look nice and highlighted and set. And my concealer does not crease. My face does not get oily in these areas. My makeup literally stays. So I'm just showing you guys what I do. If you have a different way that you get your makeup to stay, then go with that as well. Don't forget to take it down the side of your nose because you put some concealer down there before. My nose start is going to be so dirty. Now it's time to dust off all that powder. So I'm going to start underneath my jaw. Well, underneath my contour, to be honest. I try not to cream contour, but I just can't help it. I just love the way it looks. So I'm taking Suede Mocha, Black Opal foundation stick, a Real Techniques buffing brush, or Luxe Crease brush actually, and then I'm going to contour. And recently I've been doing my contour a little bit different as well. I think I should just do a highlight and contour routine video. And I like it to be thicker here and then thinner down here. Take that sponge again and blend it up. I blend my contour up. And then my contour around my forehead back towards my hairline. And then up. I'm going to use my MAC MSF in dark. I cannot live without this thing. And I'm going to use this to set